What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Jammin with J Money, man. We back. It's another day trying to get to some money, man. Just like always, make sure you guys go over to sbr.com forward slash sbrvideo.com forward slash NBA, or you can just go to sbr.com and go to the picks page and go to NBA. You know what I'm saying? Myself, Jordan Sharp, and Junior, we all have plays on there, write ups. I got a parlay on there today, so you guys make sure y'all go and you know what I'm saying, check it out, man. Click on the link below. Make sure you subscribe, all that, man. Tune into the show every day. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you?
Yeah, pretty good. Good to hear you on board at SBR.com. Like my man Jay just said, we got picks every single day. Jordan Sharp, myself, Jay Money now. So you know it's going to be legit. Yesterday was a good day. I went 2-0 with those. I had the under first half and under full game in that game yesterday. I just thought that there was too many points, and it turned out to be good. So just trying to keep it going for today. What's up with you, Jordan?
Not much, guys. Sorry I missed you yesterday. Coming off a real bad Monday, but yesterday bounced back just a little bit, got a little bit of it back. Didn't bet on the NBA, though, but did cash a couple of tickets on spread and money line with the Horned Frogs of TCU yesterday, so felt pretty good. It was a small splay. Didn't do much, though, because I was out most of the day, but ready to bounce back and get back into it here on this very huge Wednesday slate, and I know there's several leans that I got today. Pretty excited to see what you guys have to say about it.
Ready to get to it, man. Yesterday the Mavs ended up taking a loss. I know they were down 11. They were down 60 to 49 at the first half. So my guy Junior cashed that first half under 119 and a half with ease, and under full game as well, cash with ease. The Mavs almost came back there. Luka, them, I really think he should have probably shot that late three there, but he passed it to Tim Hardaway Jr., who really didn't have a good game. He ended up missing it. Probably should have went to overtime, but obviously, I mean, if it went to overtime, then the under probably wouldn't have cashed. So I mean, it went Clippers and under, and obviously if the Mavs probably would have won, then it would have been Mavs and over. So we knew that those two correlated there. Just one game yesterday, kind of boring. It's crazy, man, because they had all those teams, everybody playing on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Then just yesterday, just one game, and then you got today where that was kind of crazy. You could at least have three games, but it is what it is, man. We try to get to some money today. I know I was looking at the injury reports for today, looking at the first game of the day. We got the Kings versus the Pistons here. The Kings, the line is flipped. It was the Pistons opened at -1.5 last night, and it flipped over there to the Kings this morning. Now the Kings are -1. Obviously, Drummond is questionable here, so we're not sure if he's going to play. Obviously, that's going to be a big thing. I know that the Kings just got some injuries there. It looked like Bazemore is going to play in this spot. It looked like he was probable, and it was someone. The other player was probable as well. Jordan, did you have anything on this game, the Kings? While I get the injury report pulled up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I was initially leaning Kings because I think the injury you're thinking about here is Andre Drummond, who we don't know if he's going to play. But it's that time of year, where they're falling in the standings. Even though they're still the ninth team right out of the playoffs right now, they're 3 games back, and we're also less than 2 weeks or around 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, and Drummond's name has obviously been in and out of trade rumors pretty much the entire season, going into expiring deals. So I mean, it's these kind of games that you kind of have to watch out for that big pop of news on him, because they're already going in listing him questionable, whether or not he has a legitimate injury, or whether or not they're holding him out because they're in trade discussions with somebody. I just would think that this game is Kings or nothing just because of that reason alone. And the fact that the money's gone that way a little bit is not surprising. But I mean, the Kings are a pretty good basketball team right now. They finally are wised up, and your boy Junior's boy Luke Walton finally wised up and has inserted Marvin Bagley into starting center spot, mostly out of necessity, but it's been working out, and he's been playing really well. I think he had 15 rebounds the other night, so that'll be an interesting test, especially if Drummond is banged up and or doesn't play tonight. So Kings are nothing for me, but I'm probably going to stay off until I hear definitively on Drummond, yay or nay.
Yeah, this is definitely a day where I'm gonna be sitting at the spot, man, waiting to fire. Yeah, if Drummond's out, you definitely got to look towards the Kings here. Obviously, I mean, they played well versus the Heat. Obviously, should have won that game. Especially without Jimmy Butler, they were up. It was back and forth, but we know the Heat are still a great team even without. I mean, they can match up well with the Kings even without him. But especially with what I'm saying, with Bagley out there, still missing Holmes. Be nice to have him out there. But and Reggie Jackson did say he's gonna play today. He's gonna come back today. So I mean, it could throw. Obviously, he's gonna be on the minutes limit or anything. He probably won't be in the starting lineup, but the Pistons do have another guard out there. He is coming back today. Tim Frazier's going to be out, and Tolliver was another player. He's probable for the Kings, but he probably won't get. He's not a big thing, but the main thing for them, well, for this game is Drummond has a lip laceration. So, you know what I'm saying? If Drummond's out, man, that's going to be huge that's going to be huge. And I think that the Kings might be able to take this one on the road. They are coming off their overtime loss versus the Heat. You got anything on this game, Junior?
No, it's a stay away spot for me. I think that these are just two teams that I just don't like at all. I think Jordan, I was gonna say, you don't give Luke Walton all that credit now, because Rashard Holmes is injured. You know what I'm saying?
He basically had to.
He kind of basically had to put Marvin Bagley in the starting lineup. And I don't know if you guys watched that game against Miami where they kept it real close. I mean, Marvin Bagley's out there catching multiple alley-oops, reverse alley-oops, dunking all over people, blocking shots, grabbing rebounds. What more evidence do you need to start this guy? Like, I'm starting to believe Jay Money was right on the money when he started the season by saying Luke Walton doesn't know what the F he's doing out here. So that being said,
I know what to do more than him.
This game, but it would be Kings or nothing just because of the Drummond situation for me, though.
Yeah, have Jay Money as the coach, man. Hey, we be nice after Sacramento too in Cali. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have my players right, man. We're gonna be ready to play every day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and when we got a few days off too, we're gonna be ready too at the house. Which I'm messing with you, man. Let's get to the next game. But yeah, if Drummond is out, and you're gonna see even a bigger move. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that he's questionable, that's why you see the line moving the other way to the Kings. It's crazy to say. The Kings, they on a little 4 or 5 game losing streak, but they showed some fight there versus the Heat, and you know what I'm saying, kind of probably should be a little pissed off there they didn't win that game in you know what I'm saying, in regulation. But we'll see here. I mean, I think it's a winnable game for the Kings. If Drummond's out, that's gonna be a huge deal. Let's get to this OKC versus Magic game, man. The Magic, this is the first game back at the house after a 6-game road trip. That's the only thing I don't like. I mean, it wasn't a great road trip for them. They only went 3-3. They went and smacked the Hornets. Obviously, I mean, they're a much better team than the Hornets. The Hornets are just absolutely reeling right now. But they lost 2 before that. They faced the Thunder team here that's coming off a huge comeback win here. There's no look ahead or anything for OKC here. The main thing here, though, one thing I'm gonna be waiting on is Adams and Noel. Both of them went out in the first half of their game versus Rockets and didn't come back and didn't return that game. So they banged up. Both of them are questionable here. I mean, I'm thinking at least one of them. We know that Adams was already getting shopped around. If he's kind of injured, why would you force him to play? And then Noel. I mean, if both of those guys are out versus the Magic, I think it's gonna mean a great deal here. I do think so. Obviously, we still need to wait to see. I still think that it's a bad spot. Me personally, I still think that OKC is regressing. Obviously, they showed something there versus the Rockets, but you can't forget through those first 3 quarters, they were getting smacked by the Rockets. The Rockets just let their foot off the gas. Harden got complacent, just kept shooting up, jacking up threes, so I still think OKC. I know that they 8-0 the past, 8 road games, and obviously that means a lot. But I still think that they're regressing, man. At some point, this could be a huge letdown spot. I wish that Orlando had one game back at the house, and then this was the second. They could come out flat, but like I said, if Adams and Noah's out, man, I gotta hop on the Magic here. I'm definitely leaning that way right now. What you got, Junior? You got any play on this game?
Yeah, I got the under 108 in the first half. I think that both sides, the way that this game is shaping up, it just to me leans that way. I think you're absolutely right. The Magic could come out flat in this game. I think their offense could, because their offense is just not very good. But one thing for them that's been very good at the house, and just all month, in the month of January, they're allowing 94.4 points per 100 possessions, which is crazy defense. It's the number 1 defense in the league in the month of January. We know what their offensive struggles are about, so they always lean towards the under for me anyway. And I think against Oklahoma City in this spot, the Magic front court, even though they do have a couple injury concerns of their own, it's a lot deeper than Oklahoma City's. And I think that if Steven Adams is not in, that means that them as the home team, they're going to dictate the pace of that game. And if they do that, I just see under 108 in the first half. I think it's a lot for the Magic. For any game where the Magic is involved, I think 108 is a lot. And Oklahoma City, you're not going to convince me that Oklahoma City, even though they were flying a couple of weeks ago, they've definitely slowed down in the last 10 days, I would say.
Yeah, well, the whole thing here, and so these two teams already played as well, and I remember because I liked the Magic in this spot. I thought they could get it done, even though it was on the road. OKC has covered the past three in the series, so the last time these two teams played, OKC beat them 102-94. And that game was close until the fourth quarter. They pulled away there late in the last 2 minutes. OKC beat them at the house 102-94. And so that game only went to 196. The thing is, though, especially without Adams, so the past. So before the last game versus the Rockets, the past 5 games before that, the OKC had went over the total. They were, their defense was starting to lack a little bit. We know Ferguson is hurt. Like I say, if they don't have Noel or Adams down there, they're gonna be missing a lot of rim protection out there. That's the only thing that bothers me there with the total. Like I say, that caused me to think that it could be more points. I think Vucic down low should absolutely eat. I mean, when Bamba comes in, Gordon, anybody, I mean, you can really get whatever you want if Adams and Noel are both out. Because if Adams out, then they need Noel. If both of them out, it's going to be tough for them. Like I say, Ferguson still out as well. Even though that home spot coming back to the house after the first 6 games didn't necessarily a spot want to take. I just think matchup wise and with it being the revenge game as well. Because I remember the last game, I liked the Magic in that one. Obviously ended up taking the L in that one, but I still think that they were in that game through and through for 36 minutes. They was in that game. Last 6 minutes just absolutely fell apart. We knew that they're not a great road team, but they at the house now, revenge spot. I think they match up well. Like I said, if Adams and Noah's out, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm smashing the Magic, and especially because I know my spot's gonna be late on it. But I'm talking about if you can wait, and as soon as it's, if you can get to it at 1.5, because I think that they think that one of them gonna be. They didn't come back in the last game. They already banged up. I'm thinking one of them for sure is going to be out, and I think if Adams is the main one out, Noah can play. If Adams out, that's going to be a huge deal in my opinion. Even though it's not a Magic spot, I think it's a winnable game for him. Revenge game, Jay, at the house today, man. What you got, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll be quick just because I don't have a play on this game, but I do want to touch on something both you guys were talking about. Junior's pick especially, I think at the Adams injury is much hurts them a lot more on offense than it does on defense, and that's especially true if Nerlens Noel, like you were talking about, Jay, does end up playing, because I think in the pick and roll, Adams has been really good for them on offense with Chris Paul, and if you take that away, that's a big deal against this Magic team that has a very good defense already at home. And so I don't mind the under there, but I think I'm just not. I can't really touch this game until I know about those big men. But I agree with Jay. I think there is some steam that will get that the Magic will see. I think if Steven Adams is ruled out, I still think there might be value in that line if we get confirmation that he and or Noel are out. So yeah, definitely going to keep an eye on it though for sure, and might jump on later tonight once we get some more news.
Yeah, look, I'm dedicated my day to. There's a lot of injuries as well. We're gonna break down these games, but it's a lot of key injuries today. A lot of shit you're gonna see that's happening late. I'm gonna be sitting there with hey. I'll be sitting there locked and loaded, man. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. And so I want to get to the next game, and this is a huge game as well. 76 versus the Raptors. When I'm looking at this one yesterday, it was 6. It's already got steamed up to 7. I do think this is a Raptor spot. I can't say that you're losing value now because I had at the 6. I loved it, but it's getting up to 7 now. I still think there's gonna be a double-digit win by the Raptors, in my opinion. They back full strength. The last game between these two, we know the home team rules in this series. The home team is won and pretty much them they're covered each of the last 5 games in this series, man, especially one straight up. The last time they played, it was 110-104 for Philly. But time before that was Raptors 101-96. I think they're gonna take them this time, especially with no Embiid. I don't think that we know that 76 are 1-4 ATS their last 5 games. They're not the same on the road. They had to beat they had to come back and beat the Nets with no Kyrie Irving. So you look at that game, yeah, they covered, but you look the way the game was, they was down by double digits damn near for 3 quarters in that game. You can't do that versus the Raptors here. Yeah, they won 4 straight games. Seemed like they're back. Ben Simmons, not tonight, bro. I don't think they have enough shooting to go up against this Raptors team who they got Van Fleet back. They got everybody back now, man, at the house. In a game where they damn near pissed away the game, you know what I'm saying, versus the Hawks, man, look here. I think the Raptors going to smash the 76 tonight, man. What you got, Junior? Tell me something good, Junior.
No, I got the under 112 in the first half for a couple of different reasons. This is a playoff atmosphere, even if Embiid's not there. There's no way that you have the type of series that these two had against each other last year and it not be a playoff-type atmosphere every time they meet up, as much shit as both cities were talking. last year. That being said, I think that if you just look closer at the stats, I'm just obviously just to explain why I'm going with the under. In the month of January, Toronto's third in defense. Philadelphia's fourth. Philadelphia is also like 21st in offense. Their offense has been really bad. They've actually regressed all the way to 20th in offense just overall on the season. And when I say in offense, I mean offensive efficiency. They're just not scoring easily. And they're coming up against a Raptors team that's slowly but surely, with all the injury problems that they have, the Raptors are ranked number 2 in the NBA in defensive efficiency. That's not a fluke. They play defense on the road or at home. And I think against this team that they despise, they're going to bring their A game defensively. And Philadelphia's offense struggles no matter where they play. So I think it just leans towards the under 112 in the first half.
Yeah, and last thing I gotta say, Philly almost lost to the Knicks at the in New York. You know what I'm saying? A couple games on the road, they are not the same team as at the house, man. They
oh yeah,
they're
by the
going
way,
up against they're going up against something tonight. They don't want to see
that you were saying.
What you say?
I forgot to mention that they're 3-6-1 as road dogs on the season ATS. They're just not the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they finna get smashed tonight, man. If the Raptors want to, I think they can go put up 130. I know the 76ers got a damn good defense, but I think they're going up against a train tonight, man. That's man unstoppable force. I just don't think the 76ers have enough offense. That Ben Simmons, just him doing all that. Not tonight, bro. The whole Lowry, I always see that flopping Lowry getting his calls and shit tonight, man. I hope it work in my favor. I like it when I'm betting on the boy. When I'm going against him, I can't stand it. I ain't gonna lie. But what you got for me, Jordan?
Yeah, real quick, I do have a lean on this one. I haven't locked it in yet, but I think that Junior's on the right track also with that under in the first half, because something I was looking at here is Toronto in the first quarter, just because some of the same things you guys are mentioned, just not to rehash it, just playoff atmosphere. Their defense has been intense. They're healthy now, but also the last 5 games, Philly's first quarter offense, they've just really struggled to get games going. They have an offensive efficiency of only 102 in the first quarter of their last 5 games. I think that's directly impacted by not having Joel Embiid in there, who's basically their easy bucket getter to when the jump shots aren't falling. Now you're on the road against one of the best defensive teams in the year in an atmosphere that's going to be very much mimicking a playoff matchup. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with the Philly side of this. I think going after Toronto early here in the first quarter -2, I think is a really good option, because I can almost guarantee that they're going to come out with more intensity, energy, and definitely much more of that on the defensive side of the basketball here early in this game.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm liking the Raptors in this spot. I can't say you lost a lot. I mean, if you liked it, this one was up all night. So I mean, this was one of those things where if you liked it, man, you should have got on this yesterday. It was at 6.5 all night. I mean, it's up to 7 now. It's gonna only keep going up, but I do think that the Raptors gonna win this game by double digits. Let's get to the next game. I just want to touch on it real quick. It's a lot of injuries with this one. The Clippers, we know sometimes you got to kind of sort of look a game ahead, and it's a game, you know what I'm saying, later today that I'm gonna talk about that you kind of sort of just have to look ahead the next day. You have to see if this team is on the first of a back-to-back or a second of a back-to-back. The Clippers obviously on the second of a back-to-back. He had a pretty big game last night. Beverly didn't come back in there. He injured his groin. He's not going to play tonight. Obviously, Leonard's going to be out. There's speculation that George could play tonight. I know when I was reading the other day, because I wanted to see if he was going to play versus the Mavs, they said that he was going to stay back. He could possibly join them on this trip, though. We know with Leonard out for sure. I mean, there's speculation that George could possibly play in this game. I know he's going to come out and try to give it a go. So I think that he could possibly come in. So my thing is, if you like the Clippers, then get on them now, because I think that it could possibly steam later. Also, I tweeted out that Trae Young is questionable with a thigh injury. I just saw Bembry which Bembry's not huge, but he's still another. But we know the Hawks, they need everybody over there. They do got Teague, another player. Like even if Young does go out, they still have Teague. But let's be honest, they need Trae Young over there. The fact that he's questionable, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. That he's, you know what I'm saying, could possibly not play. That would be a huge deal for the Clippers. But I can't say if Young probably don't play, they'll probably be like, PG, you just gonna sit. We try to do it without you. But it would be a huge under spot, man, if Trae Young and PG don't play. But what you got? It's huge injury indication in this game. But PG could possibly play. Trae Young's questionable. Bembry out. Still no. Alex Len is questionable as well for the Hawks. You have anything on this game, Jordan?
No, but I'm very interested to see what the Trae Young news is, because if you're right, if he's out, I don't care if Paul George is in or out. I think the Clippers are the value side of this, possibly early as well as full game as well. Now that they're down to 4, I mean, you're getting value on them like none other if Trae Young's out. I mean, this offense is going to collapse if he doesn't play, and it's not a great sign when it's just random injury pops up on the morning before the game that he's questionable. That might mean that he's leaning towards being doubtful. We already know this team is in the tank right now, so it would be the Clippers or nothing for me. Very much going to be glued into the Trae Young. I feel like a broken record. We're going to be saying that a bunch of times tonight, but that's just the way this slate is. 12 games. There's like 24 injuries that have meaningful impact on the lines here. It's just going to be one of those nights you're going to have to be glued to your phone and ready to fire away.
Exactly. And see, that's why I go to the spots, because it's even better than on the phone. Shit down on the phone, you might, if you can get it, you might have like a 2-minute, 3-minute gap when some stuff really comes out. But I feel like if you go to some spots, or you know what I'm saying, I feel like the gap is maybe like 5-10 minutes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, depending on where you're going, could be 30 minutes, could be a 30-minute gap where they're not on it. I was in the spot the other day and got called. Okay, heat down. Okay, heat down to 4. You know what I'm saying? It happened 20 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm already on the Kings plus the 7, but they was just late on it. It's one of those things where you had to hop on it right there, because late line, you got it what, 4.5. You lost. So I mean, that was a tough one, but I definitely had to mention it because it's all about getting the best line, man. That was a Kings. My guy called me right after the game, and I didn't even answer because I already knew what he was talking about. He had the 4. Yeah, Kings plus 4. They ended up losing by 5. It was tough, man. But let's get to this next game. I want to talk about. We got the Grizzlies versus the Celtics here. It opened at Celtics. I was seeing originally it was going to be Celtics -9. Obviously, Jaylen Brown, you know what I'm saying, was leaning towards not playing. He's going to be doubtful in this game. Kemba Walker is going to play. It was open at 7.5 down to 7. Be interesting to see if the Grizzlies can come out here and give them their A game, and let's see what Jammin can do tonight, man. What you got, Jordan? You taking the Grizzlies plus the 7 in this spot?
Yeah, I'm close, but I think the better play is in the first half of this one, and I do think the Browne injury is meaningful, but I also think that if the Grizzlies are successful in winning this game and keeping it close, that means that they're going to force Boston to play up and pace with them, and I think that's especially true early in the game. I think that's where the Grizzlies thrive, is early in ball games. They try to run you out of the gym and try to hit shots in transition and get Ja Morant out in open space, and I think Kemba Walker's a good, an adequate defender, but I don't think he's quick enough to stay with Morant tonight. I think that's the biggest key to when you look at the Grizzlies offense, is if he's getting by people and into the lane, I think they're going to have a lot of success tonight against this good defense that's I think vulnerable in the middle. And obviously with Valanciunas, they have an advantage down there too if they want to dump it down to him and force the double team. So I mean, they have a lot of options tonight. If they're hitting shots like Jackson on the outside, I think they're very much going to be a good offense tonight. That's why I'm going with the over here in the first half here, 113. If the pace is forced, I don't think there's going to be any chance Boston is able to not play up in pace and score, kind of play a little faster than they like it. Let's just say that. And if that's the case, the Grizzlies defense is in no way capable of stopping them either here on the road. So I think early the points is where it's going to be. It's already ticked down a few points in the full game, which is a little concerning, but it stayed exactly the same basically in the first half line. So that tells me they think that the first half is going to be a little bit faster pace as well. So that's where I'm going with this one here.
Exactly. I could definitely see that. You have anything on this spot, Junior? Grizzlies versus Celtics?
Nah, this is a game I'll probably live bet. I just don't know. I just don't see the angle here. I kind of want to see how both teams come out and like Jordan keeps mentioning, what pace they play at. If they play at Memphis's pace, I think it's kind of a lot of points. I think that Memphis can just backdoor cover this many points in the spot the way they've looked over the last couple of weeks. So I'm kind of staying away from this. I didn't mention anything on the Clippers game. That game I'm also just waiting to see. I have no official play on that game either, just for the simple fact that I need to know who's playing before I can make a wager on that game. It's pretty simple, right? So we really have no idea who's going to be out there, so I stayed away from that one too for now. But I'll definitely be on it later once I know who's playing.
Exactly. I want to get to this Wizards versus Heat. And it's coming down like somebody liking the Wizards here. The Wizards are getting healthy out there. I still don't think they're a bet on team. They still last in the league in defense. Still don't play no defense, So that's my whole thing. We know that so Derrick Jones Jr. is gonna play. Duncan Robinson is questionable here. Jimmy Butler definitely gonna be in there for sure. Dragic probable. With the Wizards on 4 ATS their last 4 road games, man. They 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games following the ATS win. So I mean, they just beat the Pistons. Are the Wizards back? Now that was at the house. I don't think so. You saw what they did on the last road game, man. They lost 111 to 140 versus the Raptors. Raptors put buck 40 on them boys. And the Heat playing them tonight in a revenge spot. They lost 123 to 105. In Washington, man, I think that the Heat finna come out here and smash the Wizards. I can't say with the 9.5, 10, it is pretty steep. Bagley just got ruled out. For the Kings. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough if you already took the
That's
Kings,
almost
man.
a killer for them because what big men they got
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, that's pretty
Harry
tough.
Giles
Just had to
season,
mention
I guess,
that real
tonight.
quick. This 9.5, that 9.5 for the Heat is pretty steep, but I think with this being a revenge spot with Jimmy Butler coming back, I don't like the fact that they have the Clippers next. It's not a first of back-to-back anything, but the next game they do have the Clippers could be potentially a little bit of a look-ahead spot. But I think as for tonight, once they get going, man, I don't think they're gonna stop versus this Wizard team. As long as they come in here to play, I kind of wish they would have lost that game versus the Kings, to be honest with you. But they did win it, outlast them in overtime. But I just think with this being a revenge spot, with the Wizards not playing any defense, I think this one could get ugly tonight real quick. This could be one of those where the Heat are up 20 in the first quarter and they just coast from the rest of the game. And I ain't talking about coasting where it could be a backdoor cover either. I'm talking about coasting to a 30, 40-point win. Like I'm saying legitly, you know what I'm saying? They already lost to this Wizards team. They know that they shouldn't have lost it. It was 11-point favorites that night, man. The Heat better come out here and smash them. What you got, Junior? What you doing with the Heat here? Trifecta with the Heat?
J Money, it's good. It's good to know that you know me by now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a turning point for me in the season. I've been back in the Heat blindly almost up to this point. Been cashing pretty good all season. Someone in the chat I saw asked yesterday, why do you guys always talk about the Heat? If I bet on them, am I not supposed to talk about them? I mean, what show are you watching, bro? Anyways, getting back to this game, Heat trifecta. And if the Heat don't cover in this spot, I'm off of them for a while because they've not been the same team in the last couple of weeks that they were to start the season, even though statistically they're still one of the best first half home teams. So I got them first quarter -3.5, first half -6, and full game -10. Not only, as J Money clearly stated, are the Wizards one of the worst teams in the NBA. One of the worst defensive teams we've seen in a long time in the NBA. In the month of January, their offense is 28th in the league in offensive efficiency. So they ain't scoring. They ain't stopping anybody. The Heat should smash these guys by a good 25-30 if they come to play and they take this game serious. But I did see that Jimmy Butler and Dragic are probable, so that means they're a little bit banged up, but that's no excuse. They should still smash these boys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what I'm seeing is Butler's in for sure. I mean, I know you're saying they're a little banged up, but we know Butler just took a little day off, got a couple of big games coming up. I mean, this isn't a big game, but I think they're going to take them serious for the simple fact that they went into Washington. Everybody was playing that game, and it was one of those where we know that the Heat weren't the same on the road. But like I say, man, it's high, but I think it's high for a reason. The Heat, they play defense, so as long as they shut down Bradley Beal, shut down the little shit that Wizards trying to do, as far as offensively, I don't think that they'll have a problem whatsoever. I mean, the Heat shouldn't have a problem here whatsoever versus the Wizards. I mean, they should coast. They should 15-point win with I mean, they should be up 20 going into the fourth and still get a 15-point win here. Wizards 0-4 ATS last 4 as a road dog. 0-4 ATS just on Wednesday. Just hey, it is Wednesday. I don't care. It's still a stat, man. I'm still gonna tell you what's up. But like I say, 1-7 ATS last 8 following the ATS win, man. And not only did they ATS win, they won the game outright versus the Pistons. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. MLK Day. Let down spot. Revenge game, Jay. Once again, the Heat trifecta spot, man. You got anything to say on this one, Jordan, real quick?
I do, but looks like we got some news. It looks like Paul George and Patrick Beverley got ruled out along with Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. So that line's going to come down, and I might have to seriously consider jumping on the Clippers still if Trae Young's out, but we'll figure that out here. As it comes to the Heat, I defer to Junior on all things Heat, first half, first quarter, all that stuff. I always come into the show when they're at home thinking if Junior's on it, I'm going to ride with him, and we're going to load up the train again tonight, boys. I don't know if I'm going to jump on the full game line just because it's the Wizards are just, if they're hitting shots, that's going to be a problem for the Heat. We know that they have not taken some of these teams seriously at times, so that does concern me a little bit. But I mean, coming off against this defense, like you guys said, they could easily score at will early in this ball game. I think they'll come out and do that. So I think I'm going to load up the train on the first quarter and the first half. We'll see about the full game, but I might lay off that one and just go with the early derivatives.
Yeah, let's get to this next game, man. What I want to talk about, Lakers versus New York versus the Knicks. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I definitely want to let you guys know. So obviously, and the Lakers are going to be a huge public side. It's not going to be the only public side. I want to try to get you guys, and Gary Harris could come back today. But I do want to just tell you guys real quick that this game isn't on national TV. So even though the Lakers want to avenge that 30-point loss that they just had on national TV, this is the first game of a back-to-back. They have a national TV game with the Nets tomorrow. So if anything, that's bigger of a deal for them. And don't be surprised if maybe AD sit out here. I mean, I don't think he's going to play a back-to-back. One of these players, I don't think LeBron going to sit out because they give him all this shit about going to see his son's game. You know what I'm saying? Which you got to know those type of things. Somebody going to sit out. I don't think the Lakers going balls to the walls here on the back-to-back with the Knicks versus the Nets. In my opinion, they should sit one of these players here, and they're still going to come out here and get the win. I don't know if they're going balls to the wall, want to blow the Knicks out here by 30. I mean, because the first thing I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're pissed off coming off that 30-point loss versus Celtics, just absolutely no show. And then I'm looking at this one, oh, I need to see if it's on national TV. I need to see who they playing next. The Nets are in a huge game, but that game's on TNT tomorrow on a short slate. Tomorrow is really a day where they can, you know what I'm saying, want to show everybody, hey, look, we back, whatever. This one, they can just come in here and kind of sort of just bullshit around, get the win. That's the only thing I'm saying. I still lean the Lakers here, but I'm not touching it, especially with it losing value. If you sharp, you get on it right when it opened. You could have got the 10. It's up to 11.5 now, man. If you like the Lakers, you lost a whole lot of value, in my opinion. But they could still come in here and smash the Knicks in their sleep. Morris is questionable as well, but we'll see, man. This is one I'll definitely wait. See, you might see a late injury here for the Lakers. Wouldn't be a bit surprised. In my opinion, I would. But what you got on this one real quick, Jordan?
Yeah, I wrote this up for SBR.com, and it's some of the similar reasons you just said. They could easily rest one of their stars, probably AD, most likely on the first half of back-to-back. I don't think that's going to happen because I think they would have done that if they would have beaten Boston. But since they got blown out by them, I think they're going to probably have to go after this game and just deal with the back-to-back. But I think for that reason, if they do play everybody, they're absolutely going to be ready to get this game over with very early. There's, like you said, back-to-back first game in a 3 games and 4 night stretch for them coming up, all on the road. This is very important territory for them to get this win. And so because they lost that Boston game, I think that gives me a little more confidence. They're going to play everybody and come out here and say, Knicks, this game's going to be over by about the 6 to 8 minute mark in the third quarter. And to do that, they're going to have to gain a pretty significant lead here. But at the same time, I think that means their defense is going to want to just shut this team down. Marcus Morris might not play for the Knicks. He sprained his ankle and continued to play on Monday. But that usually means that it might have swelled up a little bit on him, so he could have a chance of sitting out. That could kill the Knicks offense because I think he's a huge piece of that offense, almost the biggest piece with R.J. Barrett still sitting out too. So, I mean, you got a lot of problems for the Knicks offensively. I grabbed the under first half at 115. It's down a little bit to 114.5. I still like it, though, just because even if Anthony Davis sits, that's going to hit the under. There's a lot of things that could go the under way in this one here, and I think the Lakers are going to come out real pissed off, actually, and show that on defense against this Knicks team that is nowhere near par on offense. So could be a real rough first half for the Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised if they're held under 50 points here.
Yeah, what you got for this one, Jordan? What you got for this one, Junior, real quick?
Yeah, I'll be quick because I have no official play on this game. If I did touch it, it would be Lakers first half because I do think that LeBron at Madison Square Garden is going to want to put on at least a little bit of a show. I do agree with you, Jay, though, that he's going to look ahead to tomorrow because this game ain't even on TV. It's only for people that got League Pass or people in the New York area. So that being said, I think the first half would be the play, but 6.5 just seems like a pretty high number to me because I just feel like there is some kind of truth to what you're saying in the sense that the Lakers are most likely looking ahead to tomorrow because they're going to beat the Knicks. They're not going to lose this game. And do they really care about covering a 6.5 point spread? I don't know. Maybe we'll see, I guess, but I just don't. I'd rather just wait to see what tomorrow's line is looking like against Brooklyn, where LeBron's definitely going to go off.
Exactly. Let's get to the next game, man. We still got some games left. We got to try to get to as many as we can, man. But let's. I got a few things to say about this one. Timberwolves versus the Bulls. When I was looking at the Bulls have been playing a little bit better lately. They've been alternating win loss, win loss, win loss. They just covered the spread over there versus the Bulls. The only thing is they hadn't had back to back ATS wins. So I mean, even though they've been winning, they coming off an ATS win. So I don't think that this is a good spot for them. I think the loss of I think with Wendell Carter Jr. and Gafford not being there is going to hurt tonight versus Towns. Towns, the quotes are still positive coming out of the Timberwolves right now. They've been losing. They're on a 6-game losing streak, but you look who they lost to. They lost to the Rockets. They lost to OKC, which I know that was a pissed off Rockets team that night. You know what I'm saying? And it was in their house, but they lost to OKC. They lost to the Pacers twice at home and home. Covered their first one since Karl-Anthony Towns Bay. Lost to the Raptors in Denver. You can't really blame them for those losses. They playing a lesser foe tonight, in my opinion. I think if there's any chance for them to get a win here in the foreseeable future, I think it's going to be tonight, man. I think they're going to get it done tonight in Chicago. Like I say, they're 0-4 ATS the last 4 games after an ATS win. That's what they're in tonight. I think it could possibly be a spot for the Timberwolves to take advantage of this Bulls team tonight, man. At some point, them missing their center was going to show. You think it would have showed versus the Bucks if they just didn't care. I think that the Timberwolves going to get the dub tonight, man. That's why you see the line flipping. I like the Timberwolves tonight. Any quick thoughts on this one, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, it's Wolves or nothing for me. I'd also might look at some Zach LaVine props just because there's a little revenge game factor with him against Minnesota at home, and he's been balling. But I looked at his points; it was like 27.5 or something crazy like that. I mean, he's been doing it lately, but it's going to be tough for me. So yeah, I think I agree with you. It's just Wolves or nothing. They're a much more talented team right now, especially in the front court. They're way too deep, and the Bulls are just way too injured in that area to even keep this one close potentially. And I'm surprised it's a 1-point spread, to be honest.
Anything, and the Bulls open a favor as well. Anything on this one, real quick, Junior? You think you're gonna ride with the Timberwolves on me?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I mentioned quality wins a lot on this show. I don't know if there's such thing as a quality loss, but you already broke it down for everybody, man. Minnesota's been hanging around against, pretty solid and I shouldn't say pretty. I mean, all playoff teams, right? They've just been going through a run of playing some of the toughest teams in the league. And yeah, they're catching L's, but it's not like they're getting blown out. They're actually still showing a little bit of fight. Chicago's got some serious problems on the front court. Who's stopping Karl-Anthony Towns on the Chicago Bulls? So it'd have to be Wolves or nothing for me.
Exactly. Real quick on this one, let's go to we got the Pacers versus Phoenix here. I know that the Pacers, they coming off a 30-point L as well. So what? It's gonna be no Baines for the Suns tonight. I think so. Yeah. So they got everybody. Oubre's back, but they're not gonna have Baines in this spot. So they still not full strength. Cam Johnson off the bench might not play as well. I did see that Aaron Holiday might not play in this game. He's questionable with a little thumb injury. But the Pacers are pretty deep at the guard position, though. Obviously missing Aaron Holiday is still gonna be something, but I still think they can get it done versus the Suns tonight. The Suns, they had 2 wins, you know what I'm saying, before that San Antonio loss, and played San Antonio Spurs real good. They seem to be back, but I still think that the Pacers top to bottom are a better team. They won 5 straight games before that loss. They've been real good team off a loss this year. So I like the Pacers in this spot, man. They 5-1 ATS the last 6 games following the ATS loss. Anything real quick to say about that, Jordan? You ride with the Pacers tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I was very surprised to see them only open as a 1-point favorite, and the steam suggested that a lot of people did as well. They're so that Phoenix just doesn't play as well against these bigger teams, and DeAndre Ayton looked absolutely trash on defense the other night. Looked great on offense, but he couldn't stop LaMarcus Aldridge. What do you think is going to happen tonight versus Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis? They're going to eat tonight with Aaron Baines out. No way they stop this Indiana interior, which is only going to open things up for the guards more and the 3-point shooters on the wings. I wouldn't be surprised if this line continues to shoot up to 2.5. I'm going to jump on Pacers -1, 1.5 wherever I see it here.
Exactly. Junior, any do you ride with the Pacers tonight?
No, I don't think so. I'm staying off this game. I don't like the way the Pacers look on the road, to be honest with you. The total seems a little bit interesting to me, the 221.5. I do think points are going to be scored tonight. I'm kind of leaning towards the over there, but I have no official play on this game though.
Got you. So real quick, I want to last game, man, that I want to talk about this Spurs versus Pelicans spot, man. Zion Williamson, like we're gonna see him make his NBA regular season debut tonight. Like Favors did he's downgraded to questionable, so be interested to see if he's gonna play hard questionable as well. They are gonna get Drew Holiday back tonight. JJ Redick probably as well. Okafor still questionable, but obviously the main thing Zion Williamson. I can tell you that everybody will be betting on the Pelicans tonight. Everybody's gonna be a huge public side. So I'm not saying that they're not the spot, they're not the side right side in this game. I'm just saying that's the main reason why I'm staying off of it. If anything, I might go contrarian and wait to the last minute, man, and take the Spurs plus the points in this spot. That's just me though. That's just me being contrarian. You know what I'm saying? I know that everybody gonna be on the. I'll be going with the books here. You know what I'm saying? I know how they do it. Oh, Zion Wilson in. Hey, I'll be looking towards the Spurs in this spot, man. They done won the past 2 games in this particular series. So we'll see. Anything quick on this one, Jordan, and recapping what your plays the other day, my guy.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to lay off this game and watch it just for the sake of being a fan tonight. So I do agree with you, though. There might be some value in taking San Antonio just because Zion may throw things off just a little bit in their rotations, which they've been getting a little healthier in that. So, I mean, that could be interesting in that one. Yeah, officially, I'm on nothing right now, but here's the ones that I think I'm about to jump on here. Toronto first quarter, the first half over in Memphis, and Boston at 113.5. I am on the Lakers and Knicks under 115.5 in that one, and I think I'm going to ride with Junior in Miami first quarter, first half, and Pacers -1 for the game.
I got you, Junior. You got any quick thoughts on this Spurs versus Pelicans game, and then recapping what your plays of the day, my guy?
Yeah, for sure. But my thoughts are a little bit different. I'm not going to handicap this game. I actually rather look at it from a fan's perspective. I do agree with you that the San Antonio Spurs are actually probably the play here just because you're getting points with them and they're the better team. But if I'm just looking at this from the perspective of this being Zion's debut, the Spurs probably have the most unathletic front court in the NBA. I mean, Zion's going to put on a show against the Spurs. Like I said, doesn't mean I think that the Pelicans are going to win, but I think that the highlights are going to be serious tonight because who's stopping Zion on that San Antonio front court? I mean, I've talked about the fact that LaMarcus Aldridge almost looks like a corpse playing basketball right now. He's so damn slow. Anyway, my official plays are under 108 first half in the OKC Magic game, under 112 first half in the Philly Raptors game, and then the Heat trifecta first quarter -3.5, first half -6, and full game -10.
Exactly. And you guys make sure you guys go over there to the to sbrvideo.com/NBA, man. Check out our write-ups. We got picks on there. You know what I'm saying? We might have first quarter, might have first half, might have some parlays on there. I got a +222, +228 parlay on there, man. You might get a little better odds than that, man. Go check out the parlay on the SBR odds page. Go to the NBA picks tab, man, and you'll see it right there. So let's cash it, man. Let's get some money tonight. I'm liking the Pacers as well. I hadn't got there yet, and I'm definitely finna go and take a look at this Hawks, man. I need to see what's up with Trae Young. So if PG, Leonard, and man, look, them boys, look, the Clippers, I might have to look towards them. I'm definitely finna break this one down even more, but I'm definitely looking at the Magic, the Raptors, and the Timberwolves for sure, man. Let's get some cash. We got to get out of here. Y'all make sure y'all come back tomorrow and tune into the show every day, man. Let's go get some cash. Let's make them mad. Leche, Alos Bookmaker.